give him hell. If they on the cam, they going to jail. Getting caught wasn't part of the plan. Go ahead and smile for the body cam. You say you got your receipt, but you're trying to play a game that you can't beat. We need your driver's license if you please, or get out of the car and get on your knees. Legacy Moon is giving you the news as Mr. Officer gives these crooks the blues. Legacy Moon is about to give them hell. If they on the cam, they going to jail. Getting caught wasn't part of the plan. Go ahead and smile for the body cam. Legacy Moon is about to give them hell. If they're on the cam, they're going to jail. Getting caught wasn't part of the plan. Go ahead and smile for the body cam. Now go on and start the show. Legacy Moon.
Always on mute, I tell you. Hello, hello, hello. How is everyone doing on tonight? We have here Lunar Brain, Fireheart, Leo Lady, Allegedly, D-Dub, It's Too Complicated, Mimi, Justin's mom, Shay B, whose birthday is today, okay? I made sure that I had the birthday song in here before I started, y'all. I messed up, and I messed, not this one, but when I get ready to show the video, I messed that whole thing up, so I had to just rock with the old one because I didn't want y'all waiting. And I made sure I had the birthday song there, though. So, happy birthday to you, Shay B. Got Justin's mom, Snoopalicious, Aunt Natty, Golden Pearl. Eve has many faces. How are you doing? Let me see. Hey, let's talk about it all, boo. Anna Mae is here. Mary Willis, Tracy, Leo Lady. I got, okay. So this is what we're going to do. We are going to first do the birthday song because it is Shay B's birthday and she's just getting younger and younger and younger. So we're going to go ahead and do the birthday song, kicking it off right for Shay B.
It's your birthday, that's what I heard. Hey, it's time to celebrate, that's the word. Hey, hey. Get the cake, we ready. Let's shake, we ready. Y'all get ready, cause this our groove. It's your birthday, so hit the floor and get ready to move. Yeah, it's that time of year. Yeah, let's make it clear. Yeah, the devil tried to get rid of me, but baby, I'm still here. So let's make a move out to the floor. If you ain't come to party, make your way to the door. We came to get down all over town. Another year around the sun, how that sound? Now cut the cake and give me my crown. Oh yeah, it's your birthday, that's what I heard. Hey, it's time to celebrate, that's the word. Hey, get the cake, we ready. Let's shake, we ready. Y'all get ready, cause this our groove. It's your birthday, so hit the floor and get ready to move. Light the candle and blow them out. We about to celebrate, so let the people scream and shout. Who you with? Are you with me? This funk is where it's supposed to be. Save your money, cause over here this good time is free. Ladies and gentlemen, calling every zodiac sign. Let's turn it up for the birthday folks out here looking fine. It's your birthday, that's what I heard. Hey, it's time to celebrate, that's the word. Hey, get the cake, we ready. Let's shake, we ready. Y'all get ready, cause this our groove. It's your birthday, so hit the floor and get ready to move. It's your birthday, that's what I heard. Hey, it's time to celebrate, that's the word. Hey, get the cake, We ready, let's shake, we ready. So y'all get ready, cause this our groove. It's your birthday, so hit the floor and get ready to move.
Look at all this confetti!
Yay! Best party
Best party ever.
ever here with the Moonlighters. Happy birthday to you, Shay B. Peace and blessings to follow you until the next birthday. And I appreciate you being here, being a mod, and all of the other little things that you do. I surely appreciate it. So happy, happy, happy birthday to you, Shay B. Starting it off with a party. And I'm glad. I was like, yeah, it's Shay B's birthday. We gotta start this off right and then get right into the depressing. No. Hey, no more ponytails. Tonight's show is going to be a little bit more serious. I know we come in here, we laugh, we oh, here I go. We laugh, we joke, we have a good time. But at the end of the day, sometimes true crime is very serious. And who knows, you might see something here that might help you in the future protect yourself, protect your family, and everything like that. So, without further ado, wait, let me tell you about what we're going to do. I don't know if you've heard about this. There's a case of a guy named Joshua Magraff. And Joshua Magraff was, it was a simple traffic stop, really. And the police officer got suspicious because there was a passenger in the car and it just something seemed off. So I don't know if y'all have ever heard of this story before, but if you haven't, rest assured, we're going to get into it. So this was, like I said, a routine traffic stop. I don't know. I can't remember what the stop was for, but he is, and by he, I mean Joshua Magraff. He's 37 years old, and he had someone in the car with him that was 16 years old. He said it was his cousin. And of course, as the story goes, it wasn't. So what we're going to do now is get into that body cam. Okay, we're going to do that. And then after we get into that body cam, we're going to get into something else. So is this the one that I set up? No, I don't remember what I set up. Oh my. Okay, I'm going to get y'all in a minute. Okay, this is the one I set up. All right. So, let's get into this body cam. I hope, can y'all see it? Let me see. I think I need to, something's off. Something's off. Okay. Now it looks a little better. All right, y'all, here we go.
Tuition proved invaluable when he pulled over a car Sunday night in Florida with two people inside.
His body cam video shows the moment that he found a 16-year-old from North Carolina with a 37-year-old man. Tonight, the teen is back in her Gastonia home after traveling almost 500 miles to Crescent City, Florida.
Channel 9's Ken Lemon is live in Gastonia. Ken spoke with that Florida Sheriff's Office today as they investigate. Ken?
Yeah, and because of her age and the investigation, they have not said much. We know she was missing for a month before an officer in Florida noticed something wasn't quite right about the car with two people inside.
Young lady, you wouldn't happen to have your ID on you, would you?
This is body camera video from that traffic stop Sunday night in Crescent City, Florida. The officer didn't know at first that the girl was reported missing from Gastonia, 475 miles away. It's a 7-hour nonstop drive from city to city. But he knew something wasn't right about their story.
Sir, that's my little cousin.
That's your cousin?
Yes, sir.
Here's the thing.
The names she shared didn't check out.
It just doesn't make sense.
Major David Ushery of the Putnam County Sheriff's Office said the officer convinced the girl to write down her real name, and they called Gastonia.
After contacting the mother never knew who this gentleman was.
He said he is 37-year-old Joshua Magraff.
You're 37, and you're friends with a 16-year-old girl?
Officers became concerned that this could be a case of trafficking a minor.
You can see how comfortable our victim was with this grown man. And obviously there has a potential to be some type of grooming, as you would say.
The major said they see a lot of runaways in Florida who seem comfortable, then things change.
And they really don't know the monster that is deep down inside of these people.
It's why they turned to Homeland Security agents to see what happened in the nearly 500 miles between the cities.
They have the resources to reach out to those different jurisdictions.
Meanwhile, Joshua Magraff is in jail in Florida, charged with contributing to the delinquency of a minor, as well as possession of cannabis, synthetic cannabis, that is, marijuana, and counterfeit money. Live in Gastonia, I'm Ken Lemon, Channel 9, Eyewitness News.
Well, thank God something didn't just quite sit right with him. Thank you, Ken.
So that is Mr. Magraff. I expect to hear more about this, and who knows what else he has done. 500 miles, that's a long way, and many days for her to be in his company. I want to know things like, how did they meet? How did this come together? So I will be looking out and try to keep you posted on this. Hey, Bible lady, how you doing? Hey, allegedly. So I just wanted to play that and it goes to show how easy something like this can happen. I was torn between whether I was going to show this interrogation or another body cam that relates to the same issue, not the same person, but the same issue. And I know that this is not going to be something that is very, I know a lot of people wouldn't be invested in this as they would for Nesto, but I am trying to, I never wanted, and y'all know, y'all have heard me say this before, I never wanted to go down that Nesto rabbit hole, but since I have, I'm trying to get out of it and do the things that I intended to do when I came on here. So did I speak to you? No more ponytails and D-Dove? If I didn't, hey, how y'all doing? So next we are going to get into the interrogation of Robert Letroy Howard. Okay. He did something similar, but a little bit more serious. And we're going to listen to this interrogation, listen to him lie, and, go there. I'm not going to do a whole lot of stopping, but okay, D-Dub, good. Because I can't be skipping over D-Dub. And this, again, will be in Florida. And we're going to get into it right now. Hey, them folks.
You say we have your car on video over there where we found the body. What do you say to that?
If you say you got my car on video and you say this is showing all this, let me see it.
Bam.
What is that supposed to mean?
That's your car.
How's it? Okay, so how are you just gonna tell me that's my car?
This is 42-year-old Robert Howard, and he just realized he can't hide what he did any longer.
She's never been with me.
She has. You killed her.
I can.
Her and you killed her.
No, I did not.
A few days ago, 12-year-old Naomi Jones was reported missing by her mother, but it didn't take long until Naomi's body washed up in a lake, severely decomposed, with multiple horrifying injuries. As detectives began questioning neighbors inside the apartment complex where Naomi lived with her mother, one man's story quickly stood out. His account of what he did the day Naomi disappeared kept changing, small details shifting each time he spoke.
What time did you pick Naomi up?
I never picked Naomi up.
You sure about that?
I'm positive.
About the time you leave your apartment is the time she goes missing.
But what no one yet realized was that he was quietly fighting to keep a far darker secret hidden. Inside the interrogation room, detectives carefully planned how to uncover the truth. Yet what they didn't expect was just how disturbing that truth would be.
So you hadn't seen Naomi?
No.
Do you know who Naomi is?
Yes, I know exactly who she is. I see her. Well, we see her every time we're in and out the apartment.
Mm-hmm.
Her and her brother, they're either out there playing with their dog, or they're on that back balcony, or they're in between the apartments playing. You know, they speak anytime we come in or out. They speak. So I know who she was. Yes.
Had you seen her at all that day?
No, ma'am.
Okay.
You live in the next building over?
She lives in, like, they were downstairs here. My girlfriend's apartment is upstairs here.
On the next building over?
Yes.
Okay, so you left. Okay, you talked to Naomi's mom.
Yes.
Hadn't seen her, blah, 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 blah. What did she say to you? Anything?
No, she just asked me how I'd seen her. I told her, no, ma'am, I hadn't seen her. She was like, well, you know, that she had, she told me, she don't know how long she's been gone, and that her brother didn't even know how long that she'd been gone. And she said that he didn't know she had left.
Okay.
And so we stood there and talked. Like I told her, I said, no, if I hear or see anything, I would let her know. I would call Lauren and let Lauren let her know. And I told her if she found her, to call Lauren or let Lauren to let me know that, you know, she was found.
Okay. So when you left the apartment, where'd you go?
Work.
What time did you leave the apartment?
I got to work maybe like between 5:15, 5:30, somewhere up in there. So I'm gonna say probably left the apartment around 4:30.
And you said you got to work at what time?
We were clocked in at 5:36. So I'm gonna say we got to work about 5:30, 5:35.
And where do you work at?
Freight car.
FRIT?
I see her. She sees me, or she sees however we were. She speaks. That's it.
Do you hang out in any certain areas of Pensacola, or what do you do when you're here in Pensacola?
We're pretty much at the apartment.
Okay.
That's if I go work out in the morning, I go work out in the morning, and that's pretty much it.
Do you ever go? I mean, do you have any other friends?
Shout out to Native Tribe Urban Media. This is his hometown that this has happened. As a matter of fact, he's the one who recommended this to me. But first of all, let me say, hey, Cupcakes, Nikki G, Salty Buzzard, LeBron's, Unicorn, and them folks. Them folks says, how does he know this much about a kid at the apartment complex? Oh, see, giving his own self away already. And Bible lady said, yep, happened in my city. So we have one gifted membership from Nikki G. That is one. Why isn't it on here? Oh, here it is. That is one Legacy Moon True Crime and Mysteries membership, and it has been gifted to Naturally Be Yourself. Naturally Be Yourself has been gifted one Legacy Moon True Crime and Mysteries membership from Nikki G. Drop your new emojis in the chat, and y'all, please welcome Naturally Be Yourself as a new Legacy Moon True Crime and Mysteries member.
Welcome new members.
All right, welcome, and thank you so much, Nikki G, for supporting. Hey, Diva Law. All right, we're going to get back into it and see how many more lies he's going to tell.
Friends that live in Pensacola? Do you know anybody, say, over in the Lincoln Park area?
Where's Lincoln Park? He said something to me earlier about Lincoln Park. What is Lincoln Park?
That's,
He said something. I said, well, he said something to me about Lincoln Park, and I asked him. He said something like west of the interstate. I don't know which way is west.
like if you're coming from Bruton and you're coming south on Highway 29, where do you usually turn off to go to
I turn
the apartment?
right there at right at 9 Mile. I get off on 9 Mile.
Okay. If you kept coming south, like past 9 Mile, and came up to, like, you know where Carpenter's Campers is on the corner of 29 and Detroit, right there? Like, if you took a right going west, that would be like Lincoln Park area over in there.
I got you.
You know anybody over in that area? Do you ever go over in that area?
We went to church over there before at
You can describe the church if you can't remember the name.
It's just a big church.
Is it like a big metal building church that sits like off the road over there? Okay. How often do y'all go to church there?
Whenever we, once or twice a month, maybe.
When was the last time you went? Just curious.
Past Sunday.
Okay. Today's Wednesday? So this past Sunday you were at church there? Okay. Is that the only time you go over on that part of town?
Detectives were asking Robert about this specific location, as this is where Naomi often was whilst playing in the nearby park. This is important, as it builds a local familiarity between him and Naomi. True crime. Now that's a very interesting topic.
Fucking shut the fuck up!
Now, imagine seeing so much more. Well, that's why we went all out and decided to create...
I'm just going to call her Naomi.
So we have an exclusive Patreon community where they get first-hand access to anything we post and all uncensored footage and images. And some of the things are truly horrifying.
And you said the last time you saw, I'm just going to call her Naomi, that's her name, Naomi, would have been that past weekend. Okay. Did y'all have any interaction then? Or?
No, not that. I mean, I say if it was, just speaking, coming in or either out.
How old do you think she is?
They say, well, I know this, that she's 12 years old from the flyer.
Before that, I mean, how old do you think she was?
A kid, maybe, I said maybe 10, 11.
Okay.
Before that.
So she looked young?
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay. What time did you say you left the apartment that day? To go up to Bruton?
Which time? Because I went twice. I
went to see a friend. Earlier in the day.
I went to see a friend. I left around like close to about 12:15, 12:30.
Okay.
Went to see what friend?
Yolanda Mitchell.
When did you do that?
That Wednesday.
Okay. I didn't have that in the list of stuff we went through. Where was it, before you dropped Lauren off or after you?
It was after I dropped Lauren off. When I dropped Lauren off, that's where.
That's where you went
before
Bruton?
I was going to see her.
Okay.
Now she lives in Bruton. That's why I was going to Bruton to see.
Okay. So you got into Bruton. I have down 130 to 140, and then you went to.
I was going to see her, but when.
What's her name again?
Yolanda Mitchell. YOLUNDRA Mitchell. MITCHELL.
Okay. And you were gonna go to her house?
Yes.
Where she live?
I cannot remember the street name, but it's at 112. Her phone number is 251-591-6108. But when by the time I got the shit, I already left to go to the funeral. But we talked from the time I left Pensacola till I got to Bruton.
You did say that your friends already went to the funeral, but I didn't know you were meeting a friend.
Yes, I was
specific,
meeting her.
so.
Yes.
Okay.
What kind of relationship you have with her?
We mess around.
Okay.
We mess around.
How old is she?
37.
Now, I know he has a girlfriend. I know they said it from the article I read, they called her a part-time girlfriend. I don't know what that means, but that's what the article said. Leo Lady says that's a Mobile area code. This man is obviously not good at geography.
Can I assume Lauren doesn't know
No,
that?
she doesn't.
Okay, I got you. Just a little something on the side?
Yes.
I got you. All right. Does your car have any, like, GPS on it or anything like that?
No.
I got you. All right. And you said you left the apartment complex about 12:30ish to go up that way? Okay.
I left Walgreens, and then we went back to the complex.
So if we talked to, what was her name again? Yolanda?
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure she'll tell you that we talked the whole time, and I went to see her. Actually, we took a lunch break that night, on Wednesday night, and I went to see her for about 30 minutes, and we took a lunch break that Wednesday night.
Did you have the same phone number that you gave me? Did you have it that night that you called her on, or is it a different number?
No, I called her on.
It was that phone number, so your
yeah.
phone record would say that you called her for a
Yes.
certain amount of time that day?
Yes.
Okay. And you gave me her phone number so I could just check to see that you called her?
Okay.
Okay.
You went to her house on your lunch break?
Yes, that evening, yes.
Okay. How long were you there?
About 30 minutes, maybe. It was just like a lunch break. And she lived like right around the corner. Well, yeah, basically right around the corner from Fred, the neighborhood over across from it.
Oh, so she lives real close to
Yeah,
your
she lives
job?
real close to you.
What time did you take your lunch break?
Maybe about 8:39. I mean, 8:39.
What'd you say the duration of your phone call with her on the way to Bruton was?
It's going, because the service is going to cut in and out, so it's going to say, from this time to this time. But I called her maybe, once I got maybe 29, so I'm going to say about. I talked to her until she went into the service. I said she went into the service before I actually made it all the way to Bruton, because she had to go to Evergreen. So
it was clear to the detectives by Robert's body language alone that he was uncomfortable, as he was constantly shifting positions, unable to sit still, even though at this point they have not asked him any accusatory questions. But that was about to switch.
What kind of girls are you into?
Leo lady, darn it. I don't know where he's from. He's from that area, but I don't think it's Pensacola. Hey Tam Tam. Hey Michi 3. So I can't think. I'm gonna find out. Let's see. Justin's mom said a missing child oh, you're answering Michi 3. Okay.
I mean, what do you like?
Like grown women. I mean, women is my age. I mean, I really have no preference of what size or how fat or how skinny, how tall or thin, but they're gonna be legal. I'm not.
Interesting.
I don't mess with no teenagers, anything like that.
It's interesting that he puts that in there, but they're gonna be legal. Like, who needs to? Like, why do you feel you have to tell the detectives that?
I got you. I mean, you like younger girls, like.
I mean, I haven't been with anyone younger than Lauren.
What's the youngest girl you've been with?
Lauren's the youngest girl I've been with.
She's 30?
30, yes.
I got you. Is there any reason, like, your DNA would be on Naomi's body or anything like that?
I don't see why it would be. We've never been in spitting distance of each other. So, there's no reason it would be.
Okay. So you've never had any physical contact with her?
None whatsoever.
Okay.
I find it strange that a man who doesn't really know a child, hasn't had any physical contact with the child, knows so much about the child. Like, he's acting like he's never had a conversation with this child, and I don't know. Hey, Cece. Hey, Miss Principal.
What if I were to tell you that your car was in the area where her body was found that night?
No, that's impossible.
Why?
Because it could have been.
Why? Tell me why.
Because when I have my car, it's either at work. When I leave work, I come straight back to Johnson Avenue, Lauren's apartment.
Did anybody else have your car that night?
No one ever has my car.
So you don't know, does Lauren ever drive your car?
She has a few times, but it's been a little while since she drove my car.
You don't ever loan your car out?
No.
Okay. If we were to subpoena your phone records, are they going to show you in that area?
They're going to show me in that area.
Okay. I'm just going to be honest with you. What time did you pick Naomi up?
I never picked Naomi up. Just being honest with you.
You sure?
Now, her name was Naomi Jones, and she was, as they said earlier, she was 12 years old. And the police do not ask you questions that they don't already know the answers to, and he should know that. And the reason why is because he is not new to the criminal justice system. Bible lady says, while this case was going on, I met Naomi's aunt and some family members on the beach. I do believe that this, if I'm not mistaken, this was maybe 2017 that this happened. Hey, Life Unleashed. Yeah, I'll have to look. But I think it was 2017.
About that?
I'm positive.
Well, about the time you leave your apartment is the time she goes missing.
But the thing about that is, when I drop Lauren off, I go straight to Bruton. So how is it that I can pick her up?
The thing about that is, is that we already have your phone records.
Okay.
And you were at the apartments at 1:30.
I was gone at 1:30.
Phone records show no, you were there at 1:30. That phone number that you gave me is the phone number we subpoenaed for the records. You were at the apartments at 1:30. You were not in Bruton.
I was on my way to Bruton.
You were. I'm not going to argue with you.
I mean, you don't have to argue, but okay. If you say I was at the apartment, just please search my license. Nothing has been changed in my car since the day that the first officer looked through it. Everything's in there. If you find anything in that car, it's going to be from your Alondra Mitchell. Where she sits in that front seat and talks to me. Other than that, that's it.
Do y'all have sex in your car?
And we've never had sex in the car. No.
Did she ever perform oral sex on you in that car?
No, she hasn't.
Okay. I think one or two things happen. You either have a fetish or were attracted to Naomi and you got her to get in your car and things might have gotten, let's say, a little carried away, or either you're just a stone cold killer, man.
Well,
I mean,
it's
one or the other.
neither, because I never got her to get in my car. She's never been in my car. That's why I've never cleaned my house. I've never cleaned my car because of that. So I feel like if I clean that car and y'all find it clean.
Okay, so this might be. Hey, Rossi, stopping in just to say hi. How you doing? Hey, Delicate Dale. So this guy is from I think Bruton, Alabama. So that kind of would explain the Alabama area code and phone number that he gave to the officers. So.
Oh well, he cleaned it before we can get to it. That's why I didn't do that.
Why would you even think?
Because the day that when they looked through the day that they questioned us, I had to get a brake job done.
Pay attention to how the first thing Robert responded with is how he is attracted to grown women, not kids, when that wasn't really the question the detective even asked. At this point, the detectives already had evidence that showed Robert was involved in Naomi's disappearance and death. Yet to solidify their case, they would need a confession, which wouldn't come easy. But it was clear Robert was already crumbling, meaning it was just a matter of time before he cracked.
What day were you quit?
It's interesting that he brings that up because I just said that. I hadn't seen, I saw the beginning, maybe the first 5 minutes or so. I didn't watch it all because I said there would be no point me watching it and then just watching it again, back to back. So, I'm seeing most of this with you guys. And I think it's interesting that the person whose channel this is from, which, by the way, I will tell you in a minute which channel this is from in case you might want to see this without me running my mouth. But I find it interesting that the commentator would say that. Very interesting. And let me see, this is from Solved Files Interrogation. Solved Files Interrogation. And I will have a copy of the link in the description.
Friday.
Okay.
And I told the guy, I said, well, I had an appointment to get a brake job done at 10. I said, I'm not leaving because y'all questioned me. I said, I need to go get this brake job done. He was like, that's fine. The guy that was with him as his partner, I don't even remember the name. I think it's like Officer Paul or something.
Mm-hmm.
But the other guy that's with him came, looked through my trunk. He opened my back seat, looked in, front seat looked in. And from that day there, I said, don't clean this car out. Because I feel like, it's eventually going to come. So, I'm already, have a status of sex offender. So, whatever I have is going to be searched. I feel like that anyway.
Right.
Because I'm already a potential suspect, I guess.
Okay, so if you guys did not hear that, he is already a registered offender. And let me tell you, well, excuse me, let me rephrase that. He is an unregistered offender because he was also charged with that for not registering. So he had let me pull that up right quick. He had a case, and this is only what I know about. There could be more. But according to his police record, he committed a crime with, an offense with someone underage back in 1998. So this is not his first rodeo. He was charged with the R word. So it was 2 counts. And it was the first degree, and that's 2 counts. So I think that makes him I think he's a level 2. But nevertheless, he never registered. He never bothered to register. Let me see. Okay. I wanted to see something else, but okay.
You say that?
But wouldn't you agree you had time to clean the car before you were even questioned?
Sure, but I didn't. There was no need to. I told Lauren the same thing.
What did you tell her?
When we talked about it, that's when I told her to look at my car. I said, I'm not going to clean that car because I feel like it's going to come back. So they're going to be like, we need to see this car. I told her that. I told Yolanda that when me and her talked about it.
What made you feel that way?
Like I just told you. I feel like, when you look through it, I'm right there at the complex where this child's missing. I'm right there. I'm already, like I said, sex offender status is over my head already. So I'm right there. So he's right here. So why not just check him out?
Somehow, Robert tried to make detectives feel sorry for him for being a registered sex offender. Obviously, it didn't work.
Right.
That's why. To get myself in the clear, I said I wasn't cleaning the car and I wasn't cleaning my house. That way, if you need to search it, go through it, however, do that.
I got you. Do you hunt or anything?
No.
Have you ever hunted? Like when you were younger?
No.
Never really been in the outdoors, or?
I've never owned a gun, anything to hunt with. No. My father didn't own one. I didn't own one. We didn't have stuff like that to hunt with, so no.
What kind of jobs have you had in your life?
I worked at a packing plant. Place called New South Apparel. It's no longer anything now. I worked there packing and shipping boxes. And when I got out of prison, I got a job at Frick.
The packing plant, what did y'all pack there?
Clothing.
Okay. Was that right out of high school, or?
Yeah.
So right out of high school, you got a job, started working?
Mm-hmm.
And how long did you have that job?
About 4 or 5 months.
And then you get arrested, or? So then you get arrested, and then when did you get out of prison?
December 2013.
And that's when you got the job?
I got the job at Frick like March 2014.
How long have you been over at the apartment with Lauren?
Lauren moved over there maybe like, it's about, the lease is coming up about maybe like 2 years. I don't say she's been over like 2 years.
And you've been staying off and on over there for those 2 years? How long has Naomi been there? How long have you been seeing her there?
They were there before Lauren moved there. Rather.
Oh, so they've been there the whole time you've been there?
Yeah.
I got you.
He walked right into that because you have established that you noticed that she was there and she was there before you moved there. So that's telling me that in some way, shape, or form, you were watching her. Come on, man.
So if we say we have your car on video over there where we found the body, what do you say to that?
Yeah, like I told you a little while ago, impossible.
So which is it? Did you pick her up and have...
I did not pick her up. I did not have anything to do with that child whatsoever.
She come get in your car that day?
She didn't get in anything that I own. Like I said, we've never been in spitting distance of each other. At all. At all. She's never been in my car. She's never been in the same room with me. Like I said, we haven't been close at all, period.
Robert kept the act on for a while, hours of insisting he had nothing to do with Naomi's disappearance and murder. But like the detective said, they already have evidence that puts him right in the center of the crime. But Robert chooses to ignore that.
We have your car on video. We have your phone records that show your exact route from where you were at, from the apartments, to Bruton, back down to where she was found, back to Johnson. And they show exactly which route you went. You can't deny it. It's your phone number. It's your phone number and your phone records. You could keep denying it, or you can tell me what really happened and give your story of what happened. She's a cute girl. She looks a little older. Maybe you guys had something and...
how can we have something? I've never been around the child.
How do you explain, though? How do you explain that your phone is showing that you're going in those directions?
If you say this is showing, if you say you got my car on video and you say this is showing all this, let me see it. Because there's no way that, none of that.
You want to see it?
There's no way.
All right, I'll show you.
Booyah!
What's that?
A Nissan Altima.
Okay, and what is that supposed to mean?
That's your car.
How's it, okay, so how are you just going to tell me that's my car? Out of...
It's your car. Because your phone puts you in that exact spot that that car is at the exact time that that car is on that video.
Maybe you said something.
We don't say so. I mean, that's what the evidence says.
That is not my car. That's not my car. That child's never been in my car. I've never had that child in my car. Like I said, me and that child has never been in spitting distance of each other. Never.
So you are a cold-blooded murderer.
Because
you're sitting here deny. You don't care. You just put it like you just deny everything and lie because we have proof that you're lying.
But this child has never been in my car.
To me, a 12-year-old baby is dead, and you're sitting here lying through the whole thing about where you were for some reason.
The child has
Why are you lying? Why are you lying about your whereabouts?
The child has never been in my car.
Why are you lying about your whereabouts?
The child has never been in my car.
Okay, so where has she been?
I don't know where she's been.
Where did you put her?
I did not put her anywhere.
Well, then, if she is in the car, you must have stashed her somewhere.
I've never had her. She's never been with me.
She has. You killed her.
No, I did not.
You killed her.
I can.
You her and you killed her.
No, I did not.
Yes, you did.
No, I did not.
What'd you do then?
I didn't do anything. I didn't have her.
You that baby.
Okay. I can't argue with what you think or how you feel about it. I can just.
She just turned 12. She's 11 years old.
I did not touch that child. I did not have that child. Okay. All right.
Did she come on to you and
I did not.
Things went a little too far?
Nothing. Like I said, I've never been with the child. No kind of weight whatsoever. I've never touched the child. No kind of weight whatsoever.
So she didn't come on to you?
No, she didn't.
Is there any reason there'd be blood on your car?
No. Not at all.
So, help me understand why your car is on video and why your phone records put you in the area where the body was dumped.
I have no idea.
I mean, you got to explain that.
How do I have to explain it? I do not know. I'm sitting here telling you seriously.
That's not a very good answer. I don't know where I was, and I don't know why my phone's...
I told you where I was.
And we know it's not, because we have proof it's not. So you're going to have to come off the truth, or you're just going to look like a liar and a cold-blooded murderer.
Even for seasoned detectives, this level of denial is unusual, but not impossible. As detectives received yet another piece of evidence, Robert's behavior began showing cracks.
You got a dead 12-year-old girl?
Okay.
And that's what you're going to go with?
And I'm sorry that she is.
Yeah.
When you're charged with murder?
How about this? She look the same?
She don't look the same. Not the same at all. I say I'm sorry about that, man. But I say I have nothing to do with that at all. Nothing.
No emotion. You're just a cold-hearted killer.
I'm trying to tell you, I have nothing to do with this. I didn't hurt this child. I didn't kill this child. I didn't put my hands on this child. I didn't pick this child up, take her anywhere. Nothing.
So what's the human blood on your car? They just tested it. It's positive for human blood.
Okay, but my thing is, okay, please find out. Please, because
Do you know how quickly they're working on this for this case?
I want them to get it just as fast as you want them to get it, because like I said, if there's blood on that car like you say it is, it doesn't belong to this child. It doesn't. Hell if I know. I have no idea.
People don't usually just drive around with blood on their car.
Well, I never knew it was blood on the car. That's something new to me.
Yeah, because you would wipe it off.
It says on the passenger side, what? Rear wheel?
Right in front of the rear wheel.
So I don't know about all that. I know it's a scratch on the driver's side, right around the rear wheel.
You know why the blood's there? I can tell you why.
Why is it there?
Because you had her in the back seat on the passenger side. That's why you stopped on the bridge the first time.
Michi 3, no. I've never, because I've not shown that many interrogate. I think I've only ever showed one other one. So no, I haven't shown this before.
Because she's on the passenger side, you're going to throw her over on that side.
Okay.
But the truck comes, so you leave, you come back, she's on the passenger side on this side, and you throw her over on that side. That's why.
Okay. Test that blood.
It'll be
Oh,
tested.
we're testing.
I know it.
You don't even have to tell it.
I know it.
It'll be done.
I know it. I know it's gonna be done. I know it's gonna be done.
As if they weren't going to do it.
But when it comes back negative and it has nothing to do with this, can I please get a copy of that?
You're gonna get a
No, if you're not the suspect and it's not her blood, then I'm not giving you a copy.
Okay, but I mean, but
I
it's
believe you're
not.
the suspect, and once you're in jail,
It's
you'll get a
not.
copy of all this stuff.
It's not. It's not. Like I said, I had nothing to do with that.
She said once you're in jail.
Nothing. I truly hate that. But
You know, that right there, not a normal reaction. People don't usually stare that hard
because I mean,
at
it's
that
just
picture
it's sickening.
as you are.
It's
No, it's
sickening.
not sickening. You're enjoying that.
No, what the hell am I?
You're enjoying
I
that.
promise you, I give you my
People
word.
usually turn that picture over and they can't even look at it. It's
I
so
mean,
awful.
I just want y'all to get it tested because, like I said, that is not her blood on my car. That is not hers. Where it comes from, I don't know, but it's not hers.
You don't even care.
Nope.
I understand that you may feel and think that.
No, I know you don't give a shit.
Okay, that's what I was going to say. You may feel and think that I don't give a shit. But as I told you before, I mean, I hate this happening to this child. But that's not my doing.
What's
That's not my doing at
What's
all.
going to happen is they're going to know that this is how you were acting. This is the denial, the lying, pompous kind of attitude that you're giving.
How is it pompous?
Listen, but when you go up there, and we're going to prove this case. Beyond a reasonable doubt, we're going to prove this case. And when you get up there and you're like, begging, Judge, please don't give me the death penalty. I regret, I feel remorse, I'm sorry to the family. You know what? This right here is going to come into play. Because this is your true being right here. You don't give a that little girl is dead.
Okay. And you keep saying this. I understand what you're saying.
Yeah,
Believe me.
you're gonna be
I
begging.
understand exactly what you're saying. But I'm telling you, this has nothing to do with me. That's why I want you to get out, and I'd be glad when it's done to prove that blood on that car does not belong to this child.
Robert seemed to believe that staying calm and denying everything would help him, but by this point, detectives already had enough evidence to prove he had assaulted and killed Naomi. Instead of protecting him, his cold behavior only reinforced the image of someone without remorse, something that could strengthen the case against him. So the detectives decided to take a different approach. They left the interrogation room for a while and brought in another detective who would play the calm, sympathetic act. And this is where it all changed.
Those folks had done this to both of y'all at the same time, but nothing was said until she get pregnant.
Wait, what?
They're the same age as your daughter?
They are. No, they're grown.
Wait.
Naomi. Instead of protecting him, his cold behavior only reinforced the image of someone without remorse, something that could strengthen the case.
Hey, Granny the Great Woo-Wop Reef and Muffs Mom.
Against him. So the detectives decided to take a different approach. They left the interrogation room for a while and brought in another detective who would play the calm, sympathetic act. And this is where it all changed.
Those folks had done this to both of y'all at the same time, but nothing was said until she get pregnant.
What? I'm sorry. Detective who played the calm, sympathetic
Act. And this is where it all changed.
Those folks had.
But I'm supposed to have done this to both of y'all at
Done this to both of y'all at the same time, but nothing was said.
the same time, but nothing is said until she get pregnant. What does that mean? Yes, he did say that. He says, so I'm supposed to be doing this to y'all at the same time, but nothing is said until she gets pregnant.
Till she get pregnant.
So they're the same age as your daughter?
They are. No, they're grown. They were at that time.
At the time, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
What would you think about somebody doing that to your 12-year-old daughter?
I don't get that part.
What do you think her mom was feeling right now?
Probably every emotion in the world that can be felt.
Anger? Guilt? Leaving home alone? Angry that somebody killed her baby? Sad that she's gone? And to know that she lived right next door to the person that did it. And there wasn't shit that she could do for her daughter. You think her mama deserves all this?
No one does.
No one does. You think her mama deserves closure? Her heart was ripped out of her body. That investigator right there, 6'5", 250 pounds, was about to shed a tear, telling that mama that her baby's gone. And we couldn't help that mama find her baby because she was dead. Somebody took her from her house, killed her, and threw her on the side of the road like she was a dog.
Oh, come here.
And she'll always have to look at her other two kids and never get to see that third one again. I couldn't imagine what she's going through. Every single day that she wakes up, she's going to think it's a dream. And then she's going to realize it's real. I will never get my 12-year-old daughter back. She'll never get to see her graduate. She'll never get to see her grandkids. It was all taken from her. And that's basically what you just did to your daughter. She's going to have to live with that every single day. Every day. She's going to wake up. What in the did my dad do? He is a monster. And I share his name. Your little boy's going to grow up and learn the truth. That baby's mama deserves some closure.
After just a few minutes of guilt-inducing words from the detectives, Robert was done.
Were you outside when they were walking the dog? No. You just happened to see her coming back outside?
I was already outside.
You were? Where were you at?
And it just came down the steps.
Okay. Did she come out the door?
She came out, she spoke. Spoke back.
He said he'd never talked to her before, but she spoke. She was familiar enough with him to speak. So are you kidding me right now?
Said she didn't like my shoes.
She liked your shoes?
Oh, thank you. And she said something that I didn't understand. So I said, what did you say? She was like that. Went on to my car. Got 2 Powerades out my trunk. She was in the hospital in the refrigerator. And I came back out. Told me my charger. Went to the car. And she said, you knew. And I asked her what she said. She told me you heard. I said, no, I didn't. What did you say?
At this point in time, we get into him blaming the victim. The just turned 12-year-old victim.
And she was like, well, where's Lauren? I said, Lauren's at work. She said, can I come in with you? And I told her no. And she couldn't come in. She kept on. I let her come over.
He doesn't know them. He never spoke to her before, but she knows that his girlfriend's name is Lauren. I
kept telling her no. She walked over to the steps, and I was going up the steps. And she said, I'm coming anyway. I said, no. The further I went up, the further she came up. I make it to the door, she's at the top of the steps, and I tell her to go back home. Go home. Go home. She stands there, and she's like, why can't I come in? Why can't I come? I said, because you can't. You don't need to be over here. Leave. She started back down the steps, closed the door. I locked the door. She knocks on the door. I answered the door and I asked her to leave again. As I walked back out on the balcony because I didn't want no one to get the perception that I was trying to lure her in or drawing her in. I walked back out on the balcony. There's not no one in sight, no one. And I was like, you know, man, on any particular day, there'd be 100 people around here. But in this instance, there's no one here. So I walked back to the end of the balcony. And you know, I told her just to go home. Again, go home. So she starts down the steps like she's going to leave. So when I turn around, she comes back again. When she comes back again this time, she walks all the way up on me like she's trying to brush up against me, telling me I'm scared of her. I'm like, I'm not scared of you, I just need you to leave. If something happened and somebody say something, and then you got a problem.
Right.
There ain't gonna be no problem. Ain't gonna be no problem. So I don't go back to the house. I don't even go back in the apartment. I go sit on the steps, and I'm trying to wait on her just to leave because I don't want no problems about her being around the door.
Right.
So when I go get up and I throw something in the garbage, she comes right over to the garbage can where I am.
So here's my question. Yeah, you're right, Miss Principal. This is BS. Here's my question. You obviously know where she lives. You know her. You know the brother. I'm sure you know the mother because the mother asked you, had you seen her? Why at that point in time when he got the trash and took it out because he was just waiting for her to go home, why didn't you go over there and knock on her mama's door and tell her what this child was doing? If you had good intentions, okay? Leo Lady said, boy, stop it. Why didn't you stay in the house? Yes. Why keep answering the door? I mean, I know not all apartments have peepholes, but you know, if that one didn't, you know it's her, don't answer it. Or if you see it's, you open, you see it's her, close the door. But like I said, just like you walked to that trash can, you could have walked right over to where she stayed and told her mama how she was behaving.
Walk back up the steps, walk back in the house. She's coming back up the steps. She comes to the door. So when she gets to the door, I stand at the door and talk to her. She stands there and she's making gestures like, can she come in? Can she come in with me? I said, no, you can't come in. I said, because we're going to get in trouble. If you come in here, we're going to get in trouble.
She coming on to you a little bit?
She's trying to.
She grabbing on you, though? Grabbing your dick?
No, she hadn't grabbed me, but she's coming really close to me.
Right.
She's coming really, really close. And so, she was still standing at the door. And she's like, I'm about paranoid because, I know I have this over my head and we got this 12-year-old girl standing at the door. So.
Especially since you know you are an offender. You said at the beginning that, he's the first person, if a child's missing or whatever, he's the first person they're going to come to. So knowing all this, you did not walk that girl to her house, to her mama. Aunt Natty said, I just noticed Ninja ain't. Miss Principal said, what 12-year-old talks like that? Let's be for real, unless she was already groomed. I'm going to show you a picture of this girl, too. I'm sorry. I just don't. She just does. First of all, she looks like she just turned 12. And second of all, she just didn't, to me, look like. I mean, sometimes how you do see little girls and they might be fast. This little girl did not appear, she just didn't appear that way to me. Michi 3 says, why are you lying on this baby? Shay B says, she's talking like it's two adults in a conversation. Man, this is a baby. And something else, a 12-year-old, I don't think would speak that way. Even if they are being fast or grown or whatever. Bible Lady said, or leave the flucking apartment, period. Yes, get in your car and go somewhere.
She still trying to come in. By now, she's like in the doorway trying to come in. And I still want her to come in. And so, as I extend my arm to push her back out of the doorway, she pushes my arm down and like pushes me, try to push me back. I ain't gonna say she tried to push me back out of the way, but she like, if I slap her arm down, she like tries to push me back. Right. Not saying she was trying to force her way, but she tried to push me back. Okay, so when she tried to push me back, I slap her arm down again. Stop, quit. So This time, I want to say it was gum she's eating. And she said something under her breath. And I'm like, what did you say? And she was like, don't worry about it. So she's still standing there. So right when I close the door, she grabs the knob, tries to open it. I said, get away from the door. Just let you get away from the door. And she leaves. I turn around and close the door again. She knocks again. She knocks and finally I open it. She comes in. And she never leaves, never goes no further than the front door. And she's making gestures, sexual gestures.
Like what?
Can she see the dick? She can handle the dick. You know, she got a boyfriend that's 15 and this, that, and the other. I'm like, well, I ain't got nothing to do with that. No, I really don't. And at this time is when she didn't grab my dick, but she grabbed it like my shirt, the bottom of my shirt, like she was trying to. And so when I grabbed her wrist, told her to stop, look, seriously, you need to leave. And so like she's trying to snatch away, like she's, you know, trying to fight back. And she's keeping on. And I really didn't mean for things to go the way they did. I didn't try to hurt the child, but before I realized I had choked her out.
How? Just around the neck?
Around the neck. I choked her out around the neck. And I said I didn't really mean for it to happen. I didn't mean to do it. I heard when she was found. That's why I said I would really like for them to take the DNA test, because they said when she was found, she didn't have on no bottom. She was fully dressed. She was fully dressed. I never took any of her clothes off. I never took anything anywhere. She was fully dressed.
Although it's possible for the water to have, because she was badly decomposed, so although the water could have taken her pants off, I don't believe it. I believe he did it.
I took both her. She had slides.
Mm-hmm.
I even took her slides and left them with her.
At the creek?
Yes. I said, all this stuff, she didn't have on no bottoms and stuff like that. I don't know nothing about that. I choked her out, yes. I'll admit that I did choke her out, but I didn't know. That's why I stressed them, do a DNA test. No, do this, line sex. No, did I have sex with her in my car? No, I didn't do any of that.
Did you have sex with her upstairs?
No, I didn't have sex with her anywhere.
Obviously, she's a good-looking little 12-year-old.
But that sex with her was not anywhere my intention.
Obviously, she was coming on to you. She wanted to see your dick.
That's what she said, but that's not me. I understand.
It is what it is. I mean, she's trying to give you some.
But that's not what I wanted from a 12-year-old.
Okay.
That's not what I wanted from a 12-year-old.
I mean, look, I'm not trying to pass judgment on you or nothing like that. She comes up to your house, back and forth a couple times. She obviously gets in there. She's flirting with you. I get it. You know, she's grabbing at your shirt. Let me see your dick. I can handle it. So she comes in. She jack you off?
No.
She suck you off?
Nothing like that. That's why I said
I think he's saying those things because he's trying to pull out the truth from this man. So I think that's why the detectives is saying this.
I want them to try to, do whatever DNA test they can. That's why I didn't object to having the swab done or any of that, because I never did anything sexual with her.
I mean, what pushed it to the point of, was it like playing around?
It really,
just made you snap?
It just really, really pissed me off, because I'm trying to tell the child, Lee, I already know I have this on my head. I know sex offender shit is some serious shit. I mean, you have to be very careful about whatever you do, and it's pissing me off because, okay, you're doing this, but you don't know how this is making me feel. I'm pissed because, okay, here's a 12-year-old child. Now, just say somebody walked in. Lauren walks in. Her mom somebody see her walk in, her mom walks in. Okay, and they see her, and the first thing they're going to say is, what you doing with my daughter here? I don't have anything.
Okay. So you grab her by the neck, you shove her against the wall or shove her against the door, or what, while you were choking her?
In the corner of the wall.
Corner of the wall, behind the door in the corner. And, I guess at some point she went out.
Yeah.
Then what happened?
When she went out, I thought they just blacked out, but I had choked her pretty damn good to the point where she wasn't breathing.
How long do you think you choked her for?
I don't even know.
Robert finally confessed to killing Naomi, yet he denied any other abuse. On top of that, he attempted to make himself look like the victim by claiming it was Naomi who came on to him in the first place, but it was all for nothing. Howard was originally charged with first-degree murder, kidnapping, and failure to register as a sex offender. On August 12, 2021, a jury found him guilty of first-degree murder. He was sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole.
Now, they could not...
And good afternoon to you, everyone.
They could not find out if he essayed her because, of course, she was in the water. So, you know, and she had been in there for a minute. So they could not tell that. But I'm almost positive that he did. I just believe he did. He's a creep, and I do believe that he did it. And I believe that's why he put her in water instead of like putting her like in the dumpster or something like that. I think he wanted to wash away all the DNA. But the fact that, you know, he was already an offender and had already done some time in jail for it. But he got what he deserved, and I hope they give him more of what he deserves in jail. I hope he's getting everything that he deserves in jail. So, now what I want to do now is I thought about it, and I don't like to come to you with this kind of stuff and then leave you walking away. So, I decided, well, before I do that, let me tell you, let me do this. Let me share my screen. I want to show you what this baby looked like, okay? Make sure it's up here. Let me see if I can make it bigger. I don't know if I can. Let's see, view original. That might have done it. This girl looks, I mean, she's not even developed. And she don't look like she's as tall as me, and I'm 4'11". So she was a very, to me, tiny girl. And she looked young. She looked young. Let me see. Is there anything else? Here's another picture of her. Gosh, I wish these were bigger. Another one. Right, Mary Willis, she does. She looks younger than 12 to me, too. Look at that. And that's her whatchamacallit. Yeah, so that's Naomi. And I feel, I just feel bad for her mother. She was born May the 31st of 2017. That's terrible. Just terrible. So what I want to do now is, you know, instead of, you know, leaving on a sad note or a bad note, I want to show you, we're going to do a scam fish. Okay. Now, y'all tell me, because I don't know. Y'all tell me which one you want to see. I got one woman who's caught up in a $15,000 scam, and I got another one that thinks she is in a relationship with Kevin Gates. All right, so put a 1 in the chat if you want to see this lady in a relationship with Kevin Gates, and put a 2 in the chat if you want to, if you prefer to see the woman caught up in a $15,000 scam. Oh, shoot. 15 million. Oh, I'm sorry. 15 million. So y'all tell me which one y'all want to see. I'll give y'all a minute to see what y'all put in the chat. Okay, I got 2 2s. Got a 1. I got another 2. A 1. The 2s are winning. So what I will do is let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, the 2s are still winning. Miss Principal, you right. And especially when he spit in that woman's mouth. Ugh. And she let him. Ugh. Mimi changed to 1. 1. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 1s, 6 1s, Yeah, the twos got it. The twos got it. Hey, Major's wife. So I'll do the Kevin Gates one another time. How about that? We will do Kevin Gates another time. But in the meantime, let's see how this woman got caught up in this little $15 million. I'm saying 15. I'm like, wait a minute. That's an awful lot of zeros. No, million. Listen to this story. This is just a mess. Also, I want to remind everybody that tomorrow I will be doing a members only, and it's going to be very interesting. Justin's mom, you voted you voted 3 times. You're not supposed to do that. I'll show that Kevin Gates one either the weekend or next week. But let's get into this one.
I just kept looking at stuff. I was like, he seems pretty good looking and he seems just cool. You know, just the vibe, the energy that, you know, he was giving off.
This woman wants to know if her internet boyfriend is a liar.
I do have feelings for him. I definitely have love for him for sure. You know, like I said, it's just like his vibe and his energy. He's never been disrespectful to me. We talk every day. He was falling for me and that he definitely loves me. He was like, you know, I would love to, you know, tour the world with you or what have you. And I was like, oh, that would be cool, right?
He claims
the members only, it'd probably be around 6.
to be stuck in Africa and needs $32,000 to get back to the United States.
It's a piece of jewelry that he says was left to a boy in the orphanage that he has in Ghana. Diamond necklace that's holding this emerald, this big emerald up. You know, there's a fee, there's a tax on the jewelry, you know, because of, you know, him inheriting it or whatever. He says 32,000 is what he says, about 32,000.
Join us as we uncover the truth about Faye's online romance.
In my core, I'm not even gonna lie to you, in my core, there's just something that I guess, I don't know, I can't shake when it comes to him in terms of, you know, me thinking that it might actually be him.
Real quick, guys, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Your comment and like could help stop someone from being scammed. Let's get into it.
Hi, Scamfish. My name.
Now, even though we have we get a kiki out of this stuff, it is very interesting, and it does bring this to, you know, the way people scam to people's attention. Although I'm finding as of late, there are people who are clearly aware of this show, have seen it, and still go on ahead and get wrapped up in this.
My name is Fayola, and I am a teacher. In my free time, I do like to dance. I am a single mom. Being a parent is never an easy job, right? It's always challenging, especially with a teenager. But I love my daughter more than anything in the world. And, you know, we have a great relationship. I want to be the best role model that I can be for her. Honestly, I have not been very lucky in my life when it comes to men and relationships. Honestly, I think most of it was me choosing the wrong partner. I was kind of waiting for her dad. You know, we dated on and off for a few years, and he just was never, you know, serious about it. He just was playing games.
Faye had spent the last couple of years focusing on
red flag on her. If you are dating a man for that many years and y'all already have a child together and he hasn't tried to make anything official, he's not going to make anything official. Justin's mom said, my boyfriend is in Guyana. At least I met him and we visited South Africa together. People thought I was getting catfished until they saw the pictures of us together. Yeah, I mean, but it makes you, like, in situations like that, it makes you not want to give people a chance. You know what I mean? So, and I can truly understand that, but I'm I'm single because I'm probably overly cautious for a variety of reasons. For a variety of reasons. Leo Lady, that's right. Why buy the milk why buy the cow if the milk is free? Exactly. If y'all got a kid and y'all been together for years and he ain't asked for your hand, he's not going to.
Raising her daughter. When she finally cut things off with her ex-boyfriend is when her online journey began.
A lot of my girlfriends, they were recommending the online dating. You know, meeting people in person didn't seem to be something that was favoring me. So I said, let me try something different. And so I've tried OkCupid, and I had a little bit of success there. I received a message on Instagram. It just kind of popped up on my phone. It said Leon Gray with a line. And when I opened it, it said like, you know, private account or something to that effect. So anyway, I read the message. The message was basically, hello, gorgeous fan. Excuse me for trying to get to know you privately. But, you know, I just wanted to say thank you for supporting me throughout the years, and like something like God bless. And, you know, that was it. And then I responded and I was like, hello, Mr. Gray. And then he asked me, how long are you following me? And I just was like, well, I don't really use Instagram. Your reel popped up and I just checked your, you know, account out, and I was intrigued. You have very positive energy and your voice is very calming. I think it's something to that effect. And then the conversation just continued from there. I'm going to be honest. I usually I'm not attracted to men that have locks, right? Ever. Like I'm never, no matter how nice they look. Really what attracted me when I first opened up his reel was the like scenery. I knew it had to be an island, and it probably was, you know, like Jamaica or Grenada, one of these places. My family's from Trinidad, so that appealed to me. You know, his aura just seemed really like calming and inviting. And, you know, I saw him from the side. I didn't see him from the front. And so that's when I was like, let me go ahead and check his account out, right? Because I was just curious now. And then I started looking at other reels, and I was like, oh, wow, he's pretty good looking. And he seems just cool. You know, just the vibe, the energy that, you know.
She was already in love with this man before the hello. She's checking out all his reels and everything, and she fell in love with him just like that.
You know, he was giving off. And then I just kept looking at stuff. So he's a public figure out of London. He's been in like Essence magazine. Like he used to model. I think he's just kind of creating content at this point. There's a really beautiful song that he made called Ticket for Your Love. It looks like he's making a whole lot of music now to, I guess, create an album at this point. He told me he was born and raised in Jamaica, came to the States.
Faye was not a fan of Leon Gray before he reached out to her. He sent the first message through this Instagram account and claimed his management didn't allow him access to his main account. The two built a connection through texting, but
red flag number 1. This is something that they always tell you if they're supposedly famous or halfway famous or whatever, that management handles his accounts and he can't use those accounts for personal reasons. And, you know, I know most celebrities' accounts are handled by managers, but you're not going to tell this at the end of the day is my name and my account. You're not going to tell me what to do with it. So, I mean, come on, really? Now, Aunt Addie said, pick me is a real thing. Miss Principal said, just damn desperate. Snoopalicious says, in 2026, it's too easy to check a ninja out. I forgot what I was doing. I was live, and we were trying to figure out that FBI lawyer guy. And Bell Towers, my home, was like, do an image search or do a reverse search on the... I'm like, what? I don't know how to do that. I know it can be done, but I don't know how to do it. But if I was getting involved with somebody, you daggone right, I would.
Never spoke on the phone or video chatted.
One of the early things that he said was like, you seem very different, because he was just saying his fans are, you know, they act silly. They send him like, you know, nudes and stuff, and they act naughty. And, you know, I guess they feel like that's what he is because that's what he portrays, but that's not really what he's about in real life or whatever. And I said, I understand, I get it. One of the things that I said to him earlier on when we first started talking is that I would love to travel the world because I don't get to travel often, and that's something that I would love to do. He was like, I would love to, tour the world with you or what have you. And I was like, oh, that would be cool, right? Just maybe going to Jamaica with him. That's where he's from, and he loves, his hometown. He will check in with me during the day. Like he'll first thing in the morning, between like 4 and 5 o'clock in the morning and just say good morning. And then throughout the day, you know, maybe once, maybe twice, he'll be like, what's going on? How you doing? And then in the evening is when we'll, you know, have more conversation about whatever. I did give him my address. I can't remember if I gave him my apartment number, but I did give him my address, and he ended up sending 2 wine bottles. And, you know, I picked it up and I had some of the wine, actually. It was pretty good. And then we started talking again on the app, and then we reconnected back on Google Chat. I do have feelings for him. I definitely have love for him for sure. You know, like I said, it's just like his vibe and his energy. He's never been disrespectful to me. We talk every day, but I do love the conversation. I like, you know, talking to him. I'm not going to lie, you know. He always says that he's seen me in his dream, is what he says. He's seen me in his dreams. He feels like the connection was more of a spiritual one versus just, you know, him seeing me and thinking that I'm pretty or what have you. Of course, that he was falling for me and that he definitely loves me. You know, it's not a superficial, if you want to say that, type of connection. It's more of a spiritual.
Hey, Rakia. Justin's mom says, I don't have Snapchat either. My baby sister only has it to troll us with those face filters. Is that what Sonia uses? I'm curious. The Duchess says, did she just say she gave him her address? Indeed. And I was thinking the same thing. You don't know him. You do not know. Why would you do that? Bible Lady said we need 8 more thumbs up, please, and thank you. Y'all know what's weird? I just got a notification that Blue Light Reactions with Legacy Moon just posted a video a minute ago. And that's not true. It's a video I posted a couple of days ago. So I truly believe y'all when y'all talk about these notifications. Say says, before I forget, ladies, if you put unclaimed funds in your state in Google search it will take you to your state comptroller to see if you have unclaimed money. I found money for me and my family. I had heard about that before because I did that when I a couple of years after my father passed, and I found out about that. I tried to do that too, just to see, and there was money, but they told me it was in the it gets posted like before internet became like a thing. They said it gets posted in the paper, in the newspaper, I guess before this, when there's, you know, money out there that you can get. Miss Principal says, child, the desperation is oozing out of her pores. Leo Lady said she better not listen to native sound. She'll be all in love with native. Right. That's what I'm saying. I'm like, some of these ladies just go goo goo gaga over men that they haven't met. It's insane.
Type of connection. He always sounds like he has plans for the future for us. I saw a video of him with a little girl, really pretty baby girl. I kind of called him out and I was like, so you're like catfishing me? Like, that's just not, like, what's up with that's not cool. And so I told him in the Instagram app, I was like, why would you, you know, like say something like that? And
oops.
You have like, you know, this video on there. And he was like, wow, I'm really surprised that you would think that way because I told you I feel like you're different. I'm not lying about who I am. That's your opinion. That's not true. And then he was saying that the little girl is his brother's daughter.
Of course.
He just takes her like as his, like how I do with my niece. Honestly, I felt a little stupid. I'm not gonna lie.
After a few months, Faye began to ask Leon when they would meet up in person. He told her that he was in Africa, and before he left, he would need her to help him move a piece of jewelry to the United States.
Wait a minute. I know you lying. Sonia B says, Legacy, I'm in the DMV, and Jerron Hurt just hit me up on a dating app 2 days ago. The fuck? Not Jerron Hurt. Not Jerron butthurt because he can't have his way. Oh my gosh. Jerron Hurt.
Piece of jewelry that he says was left to a boy in the orphanage that he has in Ghana. It's like an emerald looking color. It's green, and it's like a diamond necklace that's holding this emerald, this big emerald up. And the father passed away, I guess, and all these things were left to the boy, but the boy is young, so the person that is in charge would be the person that would have to deal with it. So he's like, don't tell anybody or whatever. This is, I'm not even telling my management team. He was like, let me send it to your email so that you can.
Let's go through this, everyone. Let's go through this. So, this man an orphanage, I guess, that he owns in Guyana. There's a little boy there. And his father died and left him this diamond. Well, because he's a little boy, this man has to take care of it. Leon has to take care of it because he's a minor, this child who's in his orphanage, whose father died and left him this diamond emerald-like thing, okay? Also, so first of all, does that make sense to you? Also, if this young boy who is in the orphanage has a father that was well enough off to own a piece of jewelry like that, you mean to tell me there's no family? There's no in-betweens? There's no aunts, no uncles, no grandma, no nothing? Come on, Bible lady said that don't tell anybody is another. Don't know what that means. Leo lady says, wouldn't the management team have more access to getting it to the U.S.? Oh, wow. Never thought about that. You're right. Why would he need her? His management team could handle it. No more ponytails, said OMG. She's nuts. She believed that story. Miss Principal says she needs to quit teaching because she's effing stupid.
Look at it. And when he sent it, at first it was like something about he had to have a change of ownership going on. And then he was like, and I just need a little support that, he didn't ask his mom, but he borrowed money from her. He doesn't want to go through his management account because he doesn't want to signal them. And so he never said like a dollar amount. He just was looking for support. So when I said to him, because I told him I needed time to think and just kind of breathe, I was like, this is a bit much. This is like out of nowhere. Like, what's the deal? And he was like, I honestly didn't want to tell you because, I wanted to handle this myself. I didn't want to really let you know anything about it, but you are in my life and I feel like you should know. And I just wanted to see if I could get a little support from you. What do you mean by support? He was like, well, there's a fee, there's a tax on the jewelry, because of, him inheriting it or whatever. He says 32,000 is what he says, about 32,000. And I was like, that's a lot of money. But he didn't ask me to give him 32,000. He was just whatever I can, give him out of that. And I was just like, well, at one point he even was like, maybe we should just do a payment plan. And I was like, I'm just curious, how much money are you even talking about? So he didn't tell me that he was looking for this amount from me, but he was like, the tax fee is about 32 grand because the jewelry is about 15 million, worth 15 million or something. That's what it became, right? Like he wants to have this taken care of so that, he could get out of the management. Like he doesn't want to really, I don't think he wants to really do what he's doing, I guess, anymore. He was like, once he gets the funding up for that he wants to be able to use the money, I guess, from the jewelry, if he sells it, to be able to give us the best life possible. That it's nice. It's a nice gesture. And I tell him this all the time, like, it's cool. And I even told him when he asked me for the support, I was like, I need to see you. Like, I need to know that I'm speaking to you, He can't because it's restricted. And I guess he just doesn't want.
Okay, the jewelry was left to a little boy in the orphanage that he owns in Guyana. How is that their money? How will it be their money? So you mean to tell me you're stealing this diamond, this jewelry from this little boy? Is that what we're saying here? Miss Principal said, this ninja speaks French. What's this wee shit?
To mess up his career if God forbid something bad happens between us. And he doesn't ask me for money any other time. Like, it's just for this particular situation. But I don't know But still, there's a part of me that's like, it could actually be this guy. Like, what if he's a public figure and he's just, that's what he's doing, right? Because I've seen other public figures ask for financial support too. They just, they've done it on Instagram. Like, they've done it with their fans. So I'm like, I don't know. So one thing about me is I don't like to impose. I don't really try to ask him too much questions. I don't want to make it seem like I'm with him because he's, a public figure or anything to that effect. Or I don't want to make it seem like I'm being nosy and trying to mind his business. I know recently he was in Barbados filming content with his management team, but he may be back in the UK now. So I try my best to kind of find ways to be able to ask information to find out what I can find out. This was recently, I was like, I'm just curious, like, where's the orphanage? And he was like, in Ghana, because I started digging myself, right? And trying to find information. And I noticed all of the stuff, all of the documents, the information on it is linked to Ghana. Like when I started digging, it's linked to Ghana. In my core, I'm not even gonna lie to you, in my core, there's just something that I don't know, I can't shake when it comes to him in terms of, me thinking that it might actually be him. But like I said, you never know.
All right, Seekers, we had some information to pull to help debunk this internet relationship. Faye was able to provide us with this photo of the necklace he needed her to help him get back from the United States, this document that claimed he inherited the necklace, and searched the company that was listed. We quickly found out that this company's website was riddled with grammatical errors and broken buttons. Faye also sent us the Instagram and email she would use to converse with Leon, along with several photos she received from him. If you found yourself in a similar situation to Faye and you want to know the truth about the person you're communicating with online, reach out to our email, sharemystory@socialcatfish.com. A few days later, it was time to sit down with Faye and let her know everything that we had found.
Hey Faye, how's it going?
Hi, I'm doing all right.
So, how are things with you and Leon?
I started a conversation with him about me feeling uncomfortable, not meeting him, seeing him on the video chatting or in person.
So how has it been waiting for answers from us?
Y'all ain't video chatted. So you've never even heard. The only time you've heard this man's voice was when you looked at all his reels and stuff. Wow. Just wow. I'm agree with, was that you, Miss Principal? She don't need to be teaching. This lady's she needs therapy. Bible lady said, why the hell didn't she Google his company herself? Just damn dumb as fuck. Now that's something I would have done. I would have Googled the company. What they say, bad grammar and broken buttons.
I mean, it was a little nerve-wracking at first. I just prayed about it, just waiting to find out, what you guys found out.
What are the reservations in your head leaning towards him being real?
The consistency. His story always is the same. It doesn't change. Like, nothing ever changes. He's very respectful, where he never gets angry with me. He's always very calm, even when I come at him sideways. But, I don't know, once you meet the person in person, because I wouldn't bring my daughter to that initial meeting, if that was to happen, because I want to know, right? I want to be able to, as they say, vet the person in person.
Girl.
He would always ask about her. He'd be like, how's she doing? He knows the backstory with her and her dad. So I think he relates to it a lot because I guess his dad wasn't there in his life. So
Faye, why not push for a video chat or a phone call with him?
So I have. Literally, we kind of had this conversation yesterday. I was going to pretty much make that ultimatum and just honestly probably end up, unfortunately, ghosting him.
Is he still asking you for money?
Yes, it's always about the...
Have you ever been ghosted? Y'all know I had to get it in.
Support or the funds for, that situation. It's not like an everyday thing, him wanting me to support him with, any kind of money. He just was, like, trust me and trust. I'm like, I know you want me to trust you, but I'm not doing that if I don't know that I'm actually talking to you, So
we looked into the Instagram that you used to communicate with him, and it only has 2 followers.
Mm-hmm. Right. Yes.
Yes, he can't use
I
any
figured since
other.
he's a public figure, possibly, I don't know, that, maybe another account was created to be able to communicate with other people, fans, whomever, because, they may not want to
Girl,
necessarily
bye.
do it from the public account. Because like I said, I'm not like this huge Instagram user. I don't know if you guys sort of looked at my account, but I don't post much stuff. I don't, I just don't.
The will document he sent you. We noticed that there was a website on that document for a law firm called Lexfield Partners.
Okay.
We ran searches on that website, and that stood out to us about this website was that it had extremely poor grammar.
Let me just read to you. So it says, we do excellent job with over our years of legal practice. The brand we have created stands credibly among the leading law firms in Ghana, providing top-notch legal services to range local and international clients. Thus, we are the Ghanaian law firm of choice. We clearly understand clients' needs.
A law firm in Guyana with this white man as a representative. Make that make sense. You mean to tell me there's no black law firms over there? Come on.
A lot of grammatical errors.
Right.
Just those 3 sentences.
All right. So it could be some type of knockoff.
If this is a legitimate website, they're not going to have bad grammar. They're not going to have broken buttons. They're going to have a contact page. This website had none of that, Faye.
Okay. All right. So that's the first thing. That's not, okay. Got it.
So we tried to verify the law firm, and we found that Lexfield Partners doesn't exist.
Doesn't exist. Okay. All right. Fair enough.
So you're mouthing the answers already.
Well, because like I told you, you just, I guess a common sense part or a logical part of you, the rational part of you is like, I don't use Instagram much, but, so you want to tread cautiously because it's still online. You know what I mean? So, yeah. So, okay. So did you guys find any other interesting information?
Yes. So we took there's a man on the website, and he's the attorney. He has an image there as you click into the website. We found that the image was taken from a man named Donald. He does practice law, but he works for a firm in North Carolina.
Okay. Interesting.
So not in Ghana.
That's weird.
That's weird.
Okay.
So just a lot of lies on the whole website.
Right. Yeah, of course.
The whole business is fake, and the website as well. Why would he send you a fake document with a fake website on it?
He's probably, he's trying to obviously make it or stage it to make it look like it's real stuff, I guess.
So the next thing we looked into was the picture of the gemstone he sent you.
Yep.
So it was it's cool looking gemstone. It looks like it's out of like Indiana Jones or something like that.
Right, exactly, yeah. I'm not big, I don't know. I don't, again, as you guys can see, I don't wear a whole lot of jewelry, so I'm not like a fine jewelry person or anything like that. But again, it just all looks sketchy.
The money that he was asking for, it was $30,000 or
He said $32,000 for the taxes to pay on this jewelry. Right. But I'm thinking if it happened to be him, then maybe he's just a starving artist and he needs, money to pay for his record, whatever, like to, get his records.
Even if he is a starving artist, you are a single mother who is a teacher in are we in North Carolina? Do you really need to be hooked up with a starving artist? You're right, Nikki G. She has a million excuses. Miss Principal said, I hate how ignorant she is making herself sound. Girl, how the fuck you didn't know shit? D-Dub said, if it looked sketchy, why are you here? I mean, all she had to do was read the grammar. Them folks said, I'm back, y'all. Let me guess. He's a Nigerian and she's sending all her earthly possessions via iTunes gift cards. No, not exactly. He wants $32,000 to get his $15 million necklace that was left to a boy in an orphanage that he owns, and he gonna take that money and they gonna share their life together. Meanwhile, the boy whose father left it to him is gonna be, I guess, in the orphanage. I don't know. He didn't even say, oh, to bring me and whatever this child's name is, to America to be with you. It was just like, take this boy's diamond and take their money. Hey, Miss Mad About Music.
Off the ground or whatever it is. We ran an image search on the gemstone. Actually found the same exact picture on Pinterest.
There's like thousands of these type of photos all over Pinterest. He downloaded it and then sent it to you. This is not an original photo that he took.
Okay, that all makes sense.
The real Leon Gray, this man in these photos, that's his name, but he has nothing to do with this. Everything that he told you and every document, website, lawyer, it was all fake.
I just needed to confirm that. Now I know, and I know I can move forward.
It's kind of good that you didn't send that $30,000.
Oh, for all I know, you could be like a 600-pound, amputee psycho on the other end. I don't know. It's not that an issue really so much about, the way the person necessarily looks, but
now I find it interesting her choice of words that she used. That was very interesting. You're a teacher and you want to talk about an overweight amputee. That's not nice. Now, I mean, and I ain't gonna lie, he do look good, but you fell in love with this man from watching his reels on Instagram. You never had a video chat or a phone chat. So the only time you've heard his voice was through the reels that you watched of him, and you just went through and kept watching reels until you fell in love with him. You haven't even heard his voice. That's what gets me. Granny the Great said, this is making me cry. I'm still waiting to laugh at her, but I can't. Well, I'm going to tell you, I don't feel sorry for her. I feel sorry for those students she's teaching. That's who I feel sorry for. I want to cry for them.
It's the deception that's not cool.
As far as Leon Gray's accounts go, we were able to verify that he has an Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, YouTube, and a website.
Right.
But they're all verified, tens of thousands of followers. And if you're not communicating with these sites or these social media accounts, it's not the real him.
Got it. Yeah, I mean, that makes sense. That makes sense. They don't have the little blue mark where they weren't verified. And I was like, I don't know.
She just dumb. I'm sorry. She just dumb.
Honestly, I'm probably going to take a break from Instagram for a little bit. I'm 100% grateful and thankful that you guys were able to, do such a thorough investigation and, find out, confirm for me, that I'm not.
Girl, you wanted it to be him so bad. Bible Lady said, if I were a parent and found this out and my child was in her class, I would immediately remove my child. And I agree. Yes, them folks, she teaches other people's children. She does. She really does. Say J said, and she couldn't find those herself. What's wrong with her? Yeah, I do. I want to cry for the kids. And I'm with Nikki G, too. I feel bad for the daughter because what is she teaching her? Justin's mom says she's trying to act tough, but I know she wants to cry. She wanted it to be him. She really wanted it to be him. But, oops, there it is. It's not. Say Jay said, now we see how her child's father was able to string her along. You got that right.
Speaking to this guy, because and all job that you guys did, it was pretty awesome. It's good to be able to just look past it and just move forward, So hopefully, I end up crossing paths with someone that is real, face to face, whether it be online until we can meet or, in person. That would be cool.
You definitely deserve a real person. We thank you very much for coming up here and being so brave.
Thank you. You're welcome.
We'll talk to you soon.
Okay, yeah.
All right. Bye-bye.
The following day, Faye went and blocked the fake Leon profile. The real man in these photos has nothing to do with this scam. His images and likeness was stolen to get Faye to send money. We encourage anyone who has been involved in a romance scam to report it to authorities. Thank you everyone for watching. Don't forget all of our new...
Shout out to Scamfish. Y'all, I might have to cut this, I might cut this out because, boy, they was playing some music all the way through there. So if you watch the replay and the video is not there, or it seems like you're missing something, you are. But anyway, uh-oh. Do I still have... I feel like y'all can't hear me. Can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me? I feel like y'all can't hear me. Let me see if I hear me. Oh, you hear me? Okay. Okay, this is so weird. My microphone thingy's not moving. So I actually want to know is, let me see. Oh, I saw some kissy lips in the chat. Hey, V. Lenore, how are you doing? V. Lenore is here. I guess she has recovered from her birthday endeavors, excursions, or what have you, because I ain't heard from her. So I guess she is recovered now. Who did oh gosh. Somebody I wanted to is it's Sonia B. That's it. Sonia B. You still here, Sonia B? I want to know if Sonia B is still here. If you are, let me know. Cause I would, if you don't mind, like to hear about your Jerron Hurt scam. It's the Kevin Gates one. No, y'all, I got to get off of here. I got to get off of here. And that one's 30 minutes. So yeah, yeah. But I told y'all I would do it. I'll get it done between the weekend and early next week. I'll do it. But yeah, Sonia B, can I drop the link for you? Can I drop the link for you? Because I sure would love to, if you don't mind. You don't have to be on camera or nothing like that. I would just love to hear your what had happened. That's all. Because I'm nosy like that. Said about music, said, no, you can't leave. I just got here. Yep, I would indeed love to hear about how Jerron Hurt is out here. Shouldn't he be working on like visitation or whatever in court? What I mean, like, why is he out here trying to find a date and whatnot? This is crazy. Them folks said I feel the same way because you just got back and now you have to do an oh, I'm sorry, y'all. Let me see. I feel the same way because you just got back and now you have to do another one. Miss Principal says that man wants some nookie. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Thank you, them folks. Actually, thank you, you guys. I didn't mean, I be trying to hit the mute. I hit instead of hitting the mute on the computer, I hit the mute on my microphone, which for whatever reason, that does not work. I don't understand why, but it doesn't work. Sonia B said, I never responded to, okay, let me put that up there. Sonia B says, I never responded to his ass. I saw his message and said, hell to the no. Hell no. To the no. That's what she said. I don't blame you. Them folks said all I know is it's hotter than hell in Los Angeles and the mosquitoes ate my whole hand up. You know what? We have some, I'm not even going to call it bipolar weather. I'm going to call it triple polar. You know, it was in the 70s, you know, what was that, last week? And then the next day it snowed, and it's just been real crazy. A hurricane warning was over us, or tornado warning or something the other day. And then yesterday it was like 32 degrees, and it felt like it was 20 degrees. And then today is 56. Like, I don't get that. Sonia B said I was offended. Yeah, menopause weather. That's a good one. Aunt Natty said Mr. Hurt is just looking for a place to stay. Section 8 said he got to get out of his mama's basement. Oh my gosh, yes. Miss Principal said it snows on the moon. Yes, we have all kinds of bad weather on the moon. All kinds. Yep. Sonia B says, and he has those boys on his profile. As if. I don't even think he could be around those boys right now. D-Dub said we had a freeze warning yesterday morning. It was 80 degrees this afternoon. Y'all, if you live in Georgia, did y'all see about the people? I think it was like 6 people arrested for welfare fraud and $15,000. So between these people and Nesto, y'all are getting ripped off there in Georgia. I swear y'all are. Honestly. But anyway, y'all, that is all I have for you. I'm getting off of here. I got a couple of things I need to get done. Do not forget, tomorrow is After Dark with myself and Native Tribe Urban Media, and we are going to do something different and fun that I think you guys will enjoy. So that's what we're going to be doing tomorrow night at 10 o'clock. I will also be doing the members only at between 5 and 6. And if something happens and I'm unable to do it, excuse me, I will put a post up. But if I don't get to do it tomorrow, I will definitely do it Saturday. I just can't wait to do it. So until we meet again, thank you so much for the gifted memberships. I appreciate it. And yeah, After Dark with Native One. And the bear's not invited, y'all. The bear is not invited. But yeah, I'm telling you, we're going to have fun though. We really are. Until we meet again, y'all have yourselves a good one. Enjoy your Friday, whether you are at work or at home chilling, you know, whatever you're doing. Have a good one, and I will see y'all on the next one. Oops.